There is always something to talk about in the world of Notre Dame football. We're going to do that in this video with Blue and Gold's Jack Sobel. Before we dive in, folks, please do hit the thumbs up and subscribe to Blue and Gold YouTube channel for more content. Jack, like I said, it's a slow period, but we're going to find something. And how about this? This was pretty neat. CJ Carr down in Jacksonville, Florida, with a handful of Notre Dame wide receivers. And one person in particular who is not a receiver I want you to talk about. And I don't know, is there something to read into here?
As far as a position change potentially, no. Aeneas Williams is going to be the running back. But I think it does speak to something that we've been hammering throughout spring and really since last season ended, in that one of Aeneas Williams' biggest value propositions for this Notre Dame team is going to be his receiving ability. And I think that's reflected in the fact that this is a bunch of wide receivers as well as Aeneas Williams going down to Jacksonville, where CJ Carr will often fly down to train with his private quarterback trainer, Will Hewlett. So Williams being there, I thought is interesting. We talk about the Notre Dame running back room and what they're missing with Jeremiah Love that they had last year. A lot of that is his receiving ability, right? He was one of the best receiving backs in the country. I know his volume stats didn't reflect that, but you just watch him run routes. Like, he's an excellent route runner. He is a freak athlete. And he's got great hands. Williams isn't that kind of athlete, obviously, but as far as the route running and the hands are concerned, I truly believe he is on Love's level, if not a little bit better. Like, he is a really, really refined route runner, a really refined hands catcher. He can beat man coverage, especially if he gets a linebacker matchup on him. We saw that in the college football playoff. So I think that's going to be something that he brings to the table for Notre Dame this year. I wouldn't be surprised if he's in the top 4 or 5 in receiving stats this year.
Yeah, I could definitely see that, especially with just all the snaps that he's going to get. Absolutely. Not every wide receiver on the team is pictured here, but you do have a handful of them. It should be noted, a couple guys who were either limited or out for the entire spring are here working out with Carr and Jaden Greathouse and Quincy Porter. I think that should at least be noted, Jack.
Yeah, I think that should absolutely be noted as well. A question we had on the loose emoji board was, where is Mylan Graham? Mylan was back home in Fort Wayne, helping out with Breontae Johnson, excuse me. His youth camp, I believe it's called the Breontae Johnson Elite Camp. And Graham, who is a close friend of his from growing up in Fort Wayne, he's helping out there. But yeah, it's notable that Greathouse and Porter are there. I think that's big for them, not only to really get healthy, but to get some chemistry with Carr, because that's what these offseason wide receiver quarterback training sessions are all about. You might remember Riley Leonard took a bunch of his teammates down to his hometown in Fairhope, Alabama for a trip. That was a big headline back in 2024. I think this is something similar for Carr.
Yeah, I love it. Chemistry on and off the field with your wide receiver, CJ Carr. Can we just say this? He makes a lot of money, in NIL, I'm sure, as Notre Dame's returning starting quarterback. So, I'm sure that he's treating these guys to a really good time. Jack, an interesting article from Notre Dame writer or Notre Dame fan favorite writer Ari Wasserman puts out an article on Monday, or what's today? Tuesday morning. Happy accident, how college football playoff snubs of Notre Dame and BYU could birth college football's next great rivalry. I don't know, Jack. Do you buy into this, or what do you think about this? Tell us about this article.
I actually do, and first of all, let's address that. Ari does a really good job. I'm biased because we're both Jewish, but I think he does great work. So with that in mind, let's talk about the Catholics and the Mormons. Yeah, I thought that would get you. Please keep that in the video. So I actually agree with him that maybe not next great rivalry, but I think like, as far as like being one of the top in college football, but I think it could be a really fun every season matchup that benefits both teams. From the BYU perspective, let's start with that. As Ari pointed out in his story, it does not affect their ability to get to the Big 12 title game and win the Big 12 if conference championships remain a thing. No one knows how long that's going to be. But under the current system, it would help BYU get to the playoff more than hurt, because it would help their strength of schedule, which can be a problem playing in the Big 12. They found that out last year when they only lost to one team, but the losses were bad enough that it kept them out. So win or lose that game, I think that helps BYU make the CFP. Then from Notre Dame's perspective, obviously this game initially came up as a replacement for USC, but it helps for the same reason. Like Notre Dame obviously needs to win this game, but it's a pretty consistent winner. BYU is like,
Yeah.
you look at what they've been able to accomplish under Kalani Sitake in the past, like, I don't know, 5 or 6 years. They only had one sub 500 season. That was their first year in the Big 12. Since then, they've won back-to-back 11-win seasons. They actually lost their starting quarterback, Jake Retzlaff, due to off the field circumstances, and then they just elevated Bear Bachmeier, a true freshman who I know Notre Dame fans who watch the channel are going to be familiar with, and he does a great job, and he brings them to the brink of the CFP. So it's an opponent you can expect to be a good team. Like, maybe not a great team, but it's an opponent you can expect to be a good team. And Notre Dame needs as many of those on its schedule as possible.
Yeah, Jack, if the college football playoff does go to a 2014 playoff, do you buy what Pete Bavacqua was talking about? Like, yeah, maybe Notre Dame can schedule more quality opponents because teams aren't scared of playing Notre Dame. Because let's be honest, like, some teams don't get a whole lot out of playing Notre Dame. Like, that's, I'm sure, a big reason why USC stopped playing Notre Dame, right? It's like, what do we get out of this? A loss 3 out of 4 years, or if not more. So do you buy that?
What you get out of it is the financial ramifications that come with playing Notre Dame. It's an increase in viewership. It's an increase in tickets, as Bavacqua will point out. But yeah, I think the big reason that Bavacqua has come out in favor of supporting the 2014 playoff, just in my opinion, logic dictates that it's because it would further incentivize teams to schedule Notre Dame, because it would decrease the chances that scheduling Notre Dame would hurt you in your chance to make the playoff, which is all anyone cares about nowadays. But I think BYU on the schedule, I don't know if it's going to be an every year thing, but if they can make it an every year thing, I think it would be great. I think you have the obvious like intrigue with Catholic versus Mormons. I think that's something that can be fun. You got the Holy War in
I love it.
Yeah, you got the Holy War, Utah BYU. It's one of the best rivalries. You kind of get the same vibes with Notre Dame BYU. But more to the point, like it's two good teams who both need more good teams in their schedules. Forget the CFP, just like from a regular season interest standpoint. I think this could be something that's great for both teams, and I'm very excited to go hiking in Provo.
Folks, please hit the thumbs up on this video. Subscribe to the Blue and Gold YouTube channel for more content. And as always, we will catch you guys next time.